Hey guys, be sure to like and subscribe. Today we're going to talk about dating. What's all the focus on dating here in the Philippines? Everybody's doing videos about dating and how to date, and all the cultural differences you need to know and all this stuff, and the scams, and you need to know this before you come here. I'm going to lay it down, okay? This is what you need to know. I don't recommend dating sites unless you like to buy people phones, okay? You go on a dating site, most of these girls are going to say, my phone is broken, I need help, or I need help from my family, my brother's sick, or I just got out of the hospital and I need money. Stay away from the dating sites. Just crystal clear. You just come over here and you can find a girlfriend. I'm not going to say you can't find a girl online. I'm not going to say that because I found my girl through Facebook and strictly by accident. We've been together now for a long time. Well over 5 years, well over 6 years, okay? So, it can happen, but the dating sites are not the place to look, okay? And that's where you're going to find most of the scammers. The other place where you don't look is in bars. That's where you're going to find the scammers. You stay away from those two places, you'll probably be fine. I'm not saying you can't find a girl in either one of those places. It's just not 95% of the girls there are just not conducive to making a good life partner or wife or girlfriend. They're just not. Unless you want to keep buying people phones for the rest of your life, because that's what you're going to be doing probably, especially on the dating sites, I would say about 50% of the girls will ask you for a phone or money, Probably more than that, probably closer to 80%. But dating over here, guys, is not hard. It's not hard. I've stated this before. You could get off the plane in Manila. Walk around Manila probably for an hour, and walk up to people, in some of these stores or little, like kiosks where they sell things. Start talking to some of these women and probably get a phone number and a date. It's not that hard, guys. It's really, really not that hard. Everybody comes over here and they think like they need dating advice. And, we mentioned about this guy selling the bachelor courses down south. You don't need that. The only thing you need to know about cultural differences here is this, is that dating's pretty easy. You take the girl on the date, you wine and dine her like you would back home. And then, if you get married to these girls or you're living with these girls, they're probably going to want to help their family. And that's up to you. You need to lay down the law in the beginning and tell the girl, hey, I'm not going to do that. If you still want to stay with me, okay. If you don't, then let's split up now. And then you just move on. If she says, she still wants to send money to her family or whatever. But, most guys over here, in one way or another, they contribute to the family a little bit. And you just say, this is what I can afford, this is what you're going to get, and that's it. It's very simple, guys. You don't need to be a brain surgeon over here to be, or Hugh Hefner to come over here and start dating. You don't need to be that knowledgeable. The girls over here are decent, good women, and a lot of them are being sold as scammers by a lot of these vloggers and stuff like that. You got to watch out all the time. No, it depends where you are. If you're in an area where you're covered with expats, that's where you're going to find people that are scammers for the most part. I'm not saying all the girls in those areas are scammers, because they're not, but there's a lot of them that are. And a lot of these girls get traded like a pack of cigarettes between all the expats there, and they're not really expats, they're sexpats. So these girls get traded like a pack of cigarettes in prison. They're going all around town. Do you want to get an STD from these guys? That's the other part, guys. It's not, if you use your head and you think ahead and you think outside the box, you can pretty much figure out the game over here. And I highly recommend, guys, finding a good, decent woman over here, and don't keep switching women over here like a lot of these guys do. Only because you're going to end up with an STD. You're going to end up, and it's just not right doing that to some of the women over here. That's just my opinion. I'm not trying to be a moralist or anything like that. I'm just saying, it's, do your girl right. Find a decent woman that you can be happy with, a good-looking woman, that you feel comfortable with, and try to find one with a brain. A lot of these guys come over here, they're looking for these girls that are basically, I don't want to say stupid because it's kind of demoralizing to those girls, but I'll just say very naive. And that's what they're looking for, because they're sexpats, or maybe that's what they want, or they want to train and bring the girl up like that's their student or something like that. And I've seen some of these older expats talking to these girls with their, in a mall or something like that, and they're talking to them like they're a little girl, and they have to teach them. And this is their wife. That's more of like a sexpat thing than it is like an expat thing. You know what I mean? And it's almost like a kind of a pedophile. I mean, if a girl has the brain of a 12-year-old or a 14-year-old, right? But she's in a 24-year-old body, isn't that kind of like being a pedophile? You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's not really, mentally, she's just not there. And that's the problem with some of the expats here, is that, like, that's the way they look at things, Now, I'm not saying all expats are like that, because they're not. Most of the expats over here are pretty decent guys, and, they're good, decent people. And a lot of the people here come over here and they settle down with one girl, and they stick it out, and they're happy. I would say a good chunk of the people over here just settle down with one woman and they're happy. But there's these goobers down in, Dumaguete, otherwise AKA Epstein Island, down there, and, they keep promising these girls they're going to marry them and stuff like that, and these girls should know better, because they're down in this place where these guys are vlogging all about this stuff, what they're going to do next. They're telling people how to be a confirmed bachelor. What if you date this guy? Do you think this guy's going to marry you? Hell no. Hell no. So that's a message to you girls out there too. But, Epstein Island's like a very special place down there. Dumaguete is just, that's basically what it is. I'm not saying everybody down there is like that, because there's a lot of great guys down there too. But there's this bunch of yahoos down there that treat Dumaguete like Epstein Island, and they just go through women like toilet paper. And, it's sad, but it's true. But guys, dating, you don't have to keep on watching vlogs. You can watch this video here in 10 minutes and get it all figured out. 10, 15 minutes, whatever this video is going to be. I pretty much laid it all out for you. It's not that hard. I know I'll get some people on here saying, well, if you go on and you buy that bachelor course, you can learn this, this, and this. Look at some of the words in that bachelor course. Look at some of the words in that bachelor course, because I've seen clips, okay, of that guy talking, and the words that he uses are words that some people would say are rape words. When you start using words like you have to coerce her, or you have to, things like that, and I'm not saying that's a word he used, but it was something like that. I can't remember what it was. And JLB did a couple of videos on this, and I've seen a few other videos by Andy and stuff like that, and Andy Omar. And JLB and friends, he played some of the clips, and the words that the guy was using was like, are you serious? You're gonna, when you use those words, it's almost, really, it's like that close to being rape words. And you gotta be really careful how you choose your words when you do a course like that. And if you heard what I heard, and you could probably go on there and find that on JLB's channel, and you may want to check that out. It's pretty sad and scary. I was kind of like really shocked when I heard that. And I'm not saying I hate, the guy that does the bachelor courses. I really have a great disdain though for what he said on there. It's just, it's sickening. I try not to hate anybody. It's just me. I don't need any battles or wars or anything with anybody. I just try to stay neutral like Sweden. That's just me. And anyway, guys, I just want to throw that out there. I felt like that would help you people, because I know a lot of these people that before they come over here, they're watching all these dating videos and they're thinking about getting those bachelor courses and stuff. Just save your money, guys. Stay away from the dating sites. I think those are a waste of money. I've talked to a few people that have gone on there. Most of them are scams. You can meet other women other ways. You can go on. Just come over here, guys. That's the best way to do it. If you can meet a girl online, and you're talking to her, and you know she's fairly decent, she's not asking you for money and stuff like that, I think you'll be pretty decent. You'll be in a good spot. If she's not asking you for money and stuff, then you're okay. You know, if you want to give her money, that's on you then, you know. But once these girls start crying, like if you start feeding them money all the time, if they start crying for money all the time, then you know you're getting them used to it, you know. And of course they're gonna hit you up for money. They're poor, they're broke, a lot of these people, you know. And that's why I say, on the other side, guys, and I've talked about this a little bit too, is, you know, you can find a middle class girl. I've had this guy, one of the guys that comments on my page all the time. He always comments about, you know, you're better off getting a province girl. They're going to stick with you for the rest of your life. Province girl is really no different than a city girl when it comes to divorcing you, okay? I married a province girl before, and I went through a really rough divorce, and she cheated on me. You know, it happens. I don't care if you're a city girl or you're a province girl. When it comes to stuff like that, if they're a cheater, and that's it, and they're gonna cheat on you. So don't think like your province girl is going to stick around with you any longer than a city girl. And don't think like all the city girls are scammers, because that's a bunch of baloney. It's a bunch of hokey. It's not true. You know, I know tons of girls here in the city here, beautiful girls, beautiful, decent women. So don't let people paint all these people over here as a bunch of scammers, because that's a bunch of baloney. Okay? Yeah, there are some. It's not a huge amount. A lot of people out there are painting these people as everybody's just a dirtbag scammer over here and all this. Do we have a lot over here? No, we have a few over here, but they stick out like a sore thumb. That's the problem. And they tend to congregate on these sites where expats congregate. Of course they're going to go there. You know, if a girl's looking for a guy, you know, she might go on there too, but she gets lost in all the background noise of the scammers. And that's the problem, you know. So don't paint every girl as a scammer until you figure it out yourself. Figure it out yourself. Don't go throwing money at these girls. Talk to them for a couple weeks and see if they ask you for money. If they start asking you for money and telling you their phone's broken and this and that, just say goodbye. You know, go to the next girl. Don't even bother with her, you know, because it's just the way it is. You know, look for the red flags, guys. Hey, be safe, guys, and be sure to like and subscribe. Yeah, like and subscribe, guys. Thanks, guys.